I just went down there last July, actually 2011, and I went on site. Let's see. So I have some pictures. Oh yeah. So that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Wait, can you put it on? Can you show it? Can you show it to the camera?
I could email them to you if you want.
Okay.
It's probably better.
H-A-O-H. Oh yeah, you can email.
So there's the dish. And you know, I was there in such early stages that I was mostly involved in evaluating the site, and this particular site that we chose, evaluating the contractor actually, and let's see. And that's the receivers. Probably wouldn't be interested. Their website actually has much better pictures, so I can give you the website to get better pictures.
Okay. I'll look at that. All right, I'll look at that. Let me get back to the interview.
Yeah.
So, what got you to York College? Which person recommended you?
Oh, well, so after grad school, I had a few postdocs. I was at Inawe, then I shifted, within the LMT project, I shifted from Inawe to UMass. So I was at UMass, I was at Inawe for about a year or two, I was at UMass for about a year or two, but still, they were collaborators on the LMT, so I was still on the LMT project. Then from UMass, I went to the University of Michigan as a lecturer there for a couple years, and then I came here. So,
who recommended you come here?
well, I mean, they advertised for an opening for an astrophysicist, and I applied for it and interviewed, and so the recommendation was done here. You know, that's the way these jobs work. The job opening is published, you know, broadly. People apply, and then you come in for an interview, and you know, meet the students and meet the rest of the faculty. That was it. So I recommended myself to this place.
Wait, did you find okay, maybe it sounds tacky, maybe a newspaper ad or something?
There's a job register with the American Astronomical Society, so that's our professional society, and there's a job register, so it was publicized on the AAS job register, and then I just applied right through that. So that's pretty typical that there's, you know, a national professional society will advertise these openings as well.
Okay, so wait, which year was it?
That was, well, I started in 2001, so the ad probably came out in 2000. I came here to interview in April of 2001, and then started working September.
September 2001. All right. Now, my primary reason for so how's it been like as a professor here? What would you?
Oh, I mean, it's been great. You know, I've taught at a lot of places. I taught at BU when I was a grad student.
How was it like at BU?
Okay. The students are really smart, but I found that they were really spoiled. They didn't want to work too hard, at least in the classes I was teaching. So that was challenging to get them to actually be motivated. So motivating the students was always challenging there. At Inawe, I taught at the graduate level, and those students were very, very motivated and competent. So that was nice. But it's difficult to teach at the graduate level. That's very challenging. I'm doing that now, in fact, here. And at Michigan, the students were fantastic. They were smart. They were motivated. Here, the students are incredibly motivated. So that's the easy part. The hard thing in teaching is always to get the students to care. Here, no problem. The students are so invested in their education; they really, really care, and that's the best thing about teaching here. The challenge is that a lot of students here don't have the preparation often to do really well. So that's always the challenge, and the fun as well, is working with students so that they can really dig in and get their preparation up to the level of their motivation. And then when that succeeds, it's so rewarding. So that's the best part about working here. I love working here for that. Just the students are also committed to their education.
On AstroCom, how and the National Science Foundation gave you a grant. Can you go in detail on what this grant is about?
Right. So this is the NSF grant you're talking about is through a program called PAIR. It's PAARE. It's the Partnerships for Astronomy and Astrophysics Research and Education. The point of the PAIR program is to get minority-serving institutions, which typically don't do a lot of research, get them engaged, partnered with Research One institutions that are very active in research, and to sort of bring the faculty up to that level, as well as mentoring students from these institutions, so that we can increase the diversity in astronomy and astrophysics. So minorities are very poorly represented in astronomy and astrophysics. Just having a few students go on to grad school makes a huge impact. It's a very big increase in numbers for us. So that's the whole point of that program. So our PAIR project is we're partnering CUNY with the American Museum of Natural History, which has an astrophysics department doing cutting edge research, and Columbia, which also has a big astrophysics department. At CUNY, we actually have a lot of astrophysics faculty too. There's 10 of us in the university. I'm the only one here. We're one or two people in all different campuses, but we have astrophysicists here at City Tech.
Michio Kaku?
He's not part of our group.
Oh.
He's more of a theoretical physicist, but yeah, he's out there. So there's me here. We have two astrophysicists. These are research astrophysicists at City Tech. There are two at BMCC. There's one at Hunter. There are two at College of Staten Island. There's one at Lehman, and there's one at the Grad Center. And I might have missed some, but we have a lot of faculty now, and I'm the unofficial chair of that CUNY Astro group. And we all have grad center appointments as well, and we have a handful of grad students now, going towards their PhDs in the physics department.
What's the name of that Astro group?
We just call it CUNY Astro.
So Astro NYC.
So the AstroCom, this is our PAIR project, is to build this community of astronomy students. So it's the Astro community, and we just call it AstroCom NYC for short. So AstroCom NYC is basically a mentoring and research program. The point is to mentor students from almost the moment that they step into CUNY all the way through till they are sort of independent researchers. Either they move on, they graduate, or they graduate from AstroCom and say get an undergraduate research position somewhere else while they're finishing their degree. All that is good for us. We think if we've prepared them well enough to be nationally competitive for some of these summer research opportunities, for example, and they leave our program, they don't leave CUNY, but they leave our program for the summer to do one of those, that's a success. So each student would be in AstroCom NYC for maybe 2 or 3 years. We don't expect them to be there the full 4 years. We would expect that in their last year or so, they become mentors for the incoming undergraduates, so that you get a lot of peer mentoring and leadership training for the undergrads, as well as the research training. So they get a sort of a career mentor as well as their research mentors, and they can switch to different research projects, but they always have one mentor that sticks with them for their sort of career advising. There's also a Methods of Science research course that we run at the museum, where they learn all the skills that they need in order to be successful in summer research. And they will attend the weekly seminars at the Columbia Astrophysics Department to see what's the frontier research. And there's a class there as well, or a group, that discusses the colloquia so that they're prepared to sit in the seminar as well as understand the seminar, and then afterwards they review the seminar. So that's a big part of being in the community, is attending these seminars, really participating in them so that you get the most out of these presentations. So so they get engaged in research really right away. They get a lot of the training so that they can be successful in research, and they're really sort of inducted into the community, attending the seminars, going to conferences, going on observing trips around the world using telescopes, publishing, their studies, and hopefully getting into grad school and going on to get their PhD.
Where do they publish their studies briefly?
There's several journals that we use for professional publications. Most Americans publish in the Astrophysical Journal, but there are several out there that people publish in. Monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, Astronomy and Astrophysics, which is a European journal, publications of the Astronomical Society of Japan, the Astronomical Journal. There's a bunch. Physical Review.
Wait, did you say Columbia when talking about Astro NYC?
Yeah, Columbia, AMNH, and CUNY are the three partners in Astrocom NYC.
And you're the head of it.
And I'm the principal investigator of the Astrocom. Yeah.
The principal what?
Investigator.
Investigator?
That's an NSF term. I'm the PI. It's my project.
Basically your top...
I'm the guy, yeah.
Top honcho.
I think that's why they also elected me chair of the CUNY Astro group. And if you want to find out anything more...
what's the name of the CUNY Astro group?
CUNY Astro.
Oh.
You could just go to cunyastro.org and you see our little group.
Okay.
We have a web page for that. And our grad students are listed there. Some of our undergrads are listed there.
Wait, who is the student you sponsor here?
The graduate student?
Yeah, because I looked on the website and you sponsor a student?
Yeah, Ryan Abrahams is my grad student. So he's, he teaches a few of our physics and astronomy sections here, and he's building his thesis with me, doing research on gamma rays.
He teaches at what? How old is he? He's a.
I don't know. He's in his 20s. He's grad student age.
He's a grad student. He's not going.
He's a CUNY grad student. He's in the graduate center of CUNY.
And he's with Astrocom, or?
No, Astrocom is an undergraduate program.
Undergraduate.
Yeah.
Who is the undergraduate here?
We at the moment are recruiting for some undergrads in astrophysics. There's a couple of our physics majors that have shown interest in astrophysics. But one of our graduates, this guy here, Nick Hunt Walker, he graduated in 2010, and he's now getting his PhD at the University of Washington. And he's one of our very successful graduates. He was accepted at 3 or 4 of the best graduate programs in astrophysics in the country, in the world. He was able to choose, which of the top graduate programs he wanted to go to, and he chose Washington. University of Washington. It's in Seattle. And he just passed his qualifying exams. He's doing really, really well. We're very proud of him.
Wait, you said what are you saying? You're very proud of him?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you say that? Can you say that on camera again?
I'm very proud of him. Nicholas Hunt Walker.
Nicholas Hunt Walker.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your life outside of astronomy? Do you have
Oh, I should mention before you move on, we're accepting applications to Astrocom NYC right now. and the application's available